All right, y'all, we are live. This is so exciting. So today I am talking to Dr. Monique Jordan. How are you, Dr. Jordan?
I am doing great, Tracy. Thank you so much, Dr. Tracy Harrell. Is that
Thank you.
correct?
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you
Monique
so much
Jordan.
for inviting me. This is absolutely amazing, and I'm thrilled to be here with you. You are a dynamic, amazing queen. Thank you for.
You are an amazing queen.
Oh my gosh.
So we have two queens. So today we're going to talk really quickly. We want you. You're a bit of an expert. So what do you do for a living, real quick? We're going to be talking about living powerfully, and I love what you were saying about some of the things that you like to talk about. So tell us really quick who you are and why is this concept important to you? Why is this idea of living powerfully? What does it mean to you?
Okay. I really appreciate your questions and thank you for being here again. And the fact that um, as a people we've come from so far and we've spent a lot of time without the tools that we need in order to be the amazing people that we are, and yet still here we are. We have made incredible progress, and yet there are things that we can also do to provide ourselves with a better, healthier, more wholesome lifestyle that
Mm,
will serve us better as we become who all that God has decided for us to be.
I love it. I love it. And so when we were talking and we were talking about this idea of living powerfully, if
Yes.
someone asked you what does living powerfully, what does it actually mean to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like when someone's living powerfully?
Okay. So that is like a year long class.
Right. Exactly. But we got time. We got time. We got
Yes.
time. Today we're just having a little introduction to the
Yes.
concept. We got plenty of time. And we actually met through the Black Collective. We met through the Black Collective Health Committee. And
Yes.
what we said we were going to do is we were going to just show up in
Absolutely.
community and talk about how important it is for us to focus on our health, including our
Yes.
mental health, our physical health, all of it.
Yes. And so that brings to mind the an acronym but that my husband and I put together is called SPEEDY, which is spiritually, physically, educationally, emotionally, and economically develop yourself. And a part of that emotional development is how to handle those automatic negative thoughts. We call them ants. And it's actually, there's a whole lot of research around ants, automatic negative thoughts, and how to deal with them. But somehow it does not always trickle down to people that look like me and you.
Mm, I love it. So, this is the work that I love to do as well. This is what I consider myself an expert in, helping people to think differently, helping people
Yes,
to live powerfully, right? So,
absolutely.
you mentioned this concept of ants. You
Yeah.
also mentioned the term speedy,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
so, talk a little bit more about which of those SPEEDY. One of them you said was the one that you actually wanted to
Here.
expand on today.
Okay.
Tell
So
tell us a little bit more.
okay. So speedy. So that would be the emotional part. So a lot of us are uncomfortable with the fact that automatic negative thoughts exist. Like we're thinking we're getting ready to do anything, get up, brush our teeth, and then something comes in that says, your day is gonna go badly, or that's why did you get up. We had those automatic negative thoughts and we battle them, and what happens is we sometimes we feel ashamed of them, we feel worried about ourselves, we feel uncomfortable that they come, and all that tells me is that we haven't learned how to manage what's going on inside of our own minds, and we're so busy helping others and working for others and doing things for others that we are not searching inside of ourselves to get what we need to get done and do what we need to do.
I love it. Sounds like y'all having a party over there. We ain't mad because this is what happens when you're live. So it's all
Absolutely.
good.
It's my
we just
grandbaby
decided,
girls making all that noise. But they're
decided we
gonna
were
go
gonna
back
just
outside real quick.
we we decided we were gonna show up and do this
Yes,
thing. And so I
yes,
love this. So ants. When I hear the term, I love it. That's the first time I've heard ants, ants. I love it. But we do talk about, we call them limiting beliefs. So I love the fact that they're ants because they're tiny and they're annoying, and you can actually shoo them away just like an ant, right? They're the
Yes,
things, those limiting beliefs, when they come in your head, you don't let them land. You're not going to let an ant walk on top of your food and consume it.
absolutely.
As soon as it comes in, you're going to shoo it away. That's really
Absolutely.
what we do. You expect them to come,
Hmm.
but your job is to shoo them away, right?
Yes, absolutely. And also to give yourself permission to actually have this situation going on. It's like there must be something wrong with me because this is what's happening to me. I'm always doing this. Well, it is a part of us, and it is a part of how we set boundaries within ourselves. And so when we get an automatic negative thought, a lot of times what people do is just they try to deal with it internally, they try to ignore it, they try to act like it doesn't exist, they push it down. There's those are ways to deal with it. They set it to the side, but they're not going to go away unless
Mm,
we, as you said, do something with them. And so an automatic negative thought is a lie. And so what we have to do is end up telling the truth. And if
mm,
we really want to deal with an automatic negative thought, we need to capture it. So what I tell people to do is notice, pay attention. They are actually gonna go. They are on the way. Bye, ladies. See you later. Sorry, my
no, all
grandbabies
good.
and my husband, who has been a great grandpa, right now is taking them off on an adventure, and now they're gone. So,
We
yeah,
love adventures. We had an adventure today, just showing up here.
absolutely. It was an entire adventure. Yes, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. This is my dream. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to share. So thank
Yeah,
you, Dr. Tracy Harrell. I love you. So the
thank
so
you. I
the
love you too.
the automatic negative thought you need to pay attention to it. You can't ignore it. You have to pay attention to it. Write it down.
Mm,
And so if we spend some time writing down what our negative thoughts are, we're facing ourselves. So then so what I tell people to do is get a journal, and I'm all about journaling. It's the cheapest therapist you could ever have. And they're not going to tell anybody what you're thinking. And so whatever those automatic thoughts are, you write them down. And then the next step is to tell yourself the truth.
mm.
And the truth is not just it's not just refuting your automatic negative thought like a 5-year-old, like you're ugly. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, no. That's not what you do. So you write uh, the thought down. So for instance, one of my automatic negative thoughts was by the time I make enough money to feel like I'm powerful and sufficient, I'll be too old to enjoy it. That's a
Mm,
real good automatic negative thought. So, but the truth about it is that I'm already enjoying an amazing life, and anything else
mm,
that's added to what I have is just going to be icing on the cake. You
mm.
see what I'm saying? So that's more than yes, that's more than just saying, "Oh no, I'm not."
It,
so so
I
bringing
love
our
it.
full and real and authentic self to what automatically walks around in our heads and bites us is the
Mm,
way we deal with it. And then when that automatic negative thought comes, again, since we have it written down, we can remind ourselves that's what you say, but no, this is the truth.
mm. I love that. And then
Mhm.
we know the truth when we
Yes,
hear it. Like our
yes,
bodies know it. It resonates in our
yes,
bodies, in our minds, in our spirit. When you say
yes,
something that's not true, it don't even feel true. Like at some point, when you really start connecting with yourself, which is why the journaling is so important,
yes,
you actually recognize that it's actually
yes,
not true. So we actually use very similar language in the work that I do when I'm helping and coaching people on mindset. But it's exactly you basically get to move from a limiting belief to a powerful belief. And so you basically turn the line to the truth. So what is the truth? If that's not true, what is? It's the opposite of
uh-huh,
whatever you thought it was. It's the
yes,
opposite. And then you create that evidence. So it's really about creating that evidence that supports the new truth, what really is true.
Absolutely. And also recognizing what's already there as the truth. So
Mm.
yeah, so we're living with both things. It's just what are we paying attention to?
Preach,
It's
sister.
really happening already. So, like you said, I love it. You said limiting beliefs, and that belief really is stopping us. And if we're not paying attention to it, it's like walking. Like walking in through mud or walking through um, um, sludge, walking through difficulties when it doesn't have to be that way. It could be a
Mm,
light walk for us. It could be a
I
pleasant
love that.
walk for us.
I love that so much. Now, part of the interesting thing that we were doing with this Living Powerfully series, the first sessions or the next 6 sessions, we said we were going to really focus on entrepreneurs and business leaders and
Yeah,
really create some space where they get to clear their minds. So
absolutely.
asking them to think of something,
Hmm.
right, where they know it's limiting them, it's preventing
Yeah,
them from living into their full potential
yes.
and identifying what
Absolutely.
that thing is. Sorry, what would you? Yes. So
You
what would
want
you
me to
share
speak
with
to that?
someone? So what would you share with someone who's an entrepreneur, a business leader, someone who realizes that there's something in them that they say to themselves, that they think to themselves, that isn't true, that's preventing them from living truly their best life?
Okay. I appreciate you asking that question. And what I have known to do is to rely on my anchors. And so one of my anchors is that charity or love begins at home, and our first home is our own heart. And so if
Mm,
we're going to deal with anywhere outside of ourselves, first we need to deal with what's going on inside of ourselves. And that
mhm,
if we're living out of our overflow, we can't allow the automatic negative thoughts to rule. And if we're not capturing them, they're ruling.
mm. I love that so
So
much.
yeah. So all of our decisions need to be love-based decisions, and that love needs to start with us. When I don't pour my cup of coffee and you drink it, I have to drink my own cup of coffee so that I'm full. And then I have some extra for you does not belong to me, that is here
Mm.
um on purpose for you. So I'm here on purpose for you with my best self.
I love it. So often, business leaders, entrepreneurs, parents,
Mhm.
women, so often, Black women, right? So often, we are the givers. We are
Yes.
the ones that are doing, doing, doing for others. And we're
Yes.
definitely not prioritizing our own wellness or our own self care. So I
Absolutely.
love that you mentioned that we should love ourselves. Talk a little bit more about what that looks like. Someone doesn't even know, doesn't do it. What does it look like? What does it feel like?
Okay, so I love that question. So for me, I'll just tell a little story. So I told the Lord, so I believe in God. So I told God that I want to show up for you. I want to be here and do the things you want me to do. I want to get out there and just impact the world. I want to let people know what's going on and how we can do better. And he said, "You ain't ready." I know it was God because I would not have said that to myself.
Right, right,
He
right.
said, "You ain't ready." And he said, before for one thing, you're not loving yourself. You don't know your scriptures well enough. You're not pouring into you, and you're
Uh-oh.
not spending enough time with me. And so I went on this journey. I started out with that's how we developed Speedy spiritually, physically, edu- emotionally, educationally, and economically develop yourself. We started with that, but I was saying, what God was saying to me, if you're going to teach somebody something, you need to be doing it first. And so I started on a journey of my self care, starting off with my own exercise, Bible reading, Bible study, dance, worship, and positive affirmations.
I love that.
Yes.
So
And
we're
those
gonna go deeper into this, but my computer screen just went black, so I can't see.
I see you though. I see a beautiful picture of you.
Oh, so did the whole thing shut down?
No, I see you. I see the picture of you, but
So is there a video or is there an actual picture?
it's a picture.
Okay, so something is happening with my computer.
Okay.
I am going to have to because I can't even stop the broadcast actually.
Uh-oh.
So we will probably be having to edit this later. I will let you conclude since you're visible and I'm not. I have no, this has never happened before, so it's really interesting.
You
Plugged
know
in, it's
that
not for
happened.
power.
I love it. I love that this is a challenge for you and a challenge for me, and I'm glad to be in this with you. We're in this together. So I just
Yes.
want to thank you. Really, I really want to thank you, like from the bottom of my heart, for allowing me to share the space with you and to share who God is making me to be, and how I want to impact the world, and how I want to help people, other people, impact the world,
Okay, I
and how
think
the
I think
foods are
my
impacted.
screen just came back. Yay.
Wow, there you are. So
That
yes,
was
and
weird.
your hair is just like flowing in the wind.
I don't know what that is. So I am grateful for you. I don't know what that was. That could be the universe saying, thank you for step one. We're going to
Yes,
come back. I'm going to ask you to give some final words to those that'll be watching this video. We're going to bring you into what we're calling Mindful Mondays and Thoughtful Thursdays. We're going to start with some mindset, and then we're going to also focus on some business training, but starting
absolutely.
with mindset. So what would be the final thing you would share with someone who's a business owner, a business leader, someone who really hasn't focused on themselves? Give us some actionable, immediate to-dos. Waking up tomorrow morning, what are we doing differently each day?
Okay. Okay, so if you were like I was a few years ago, and I would wake up and say, "Oh my God," and then, well, I better get this day started, and then when I end the day with, "Oh, I'm so glad that's over." uh, so starting off our day in appreciation and gratitude, um, um, with the appreciation of number one, I'm still here. And number two,
Mm,
I have something to contribute. And number three, if I'm going to be powerful, or show other people power, I need to start with myself, and then project that, live out of my overflow to other people. If I'm not fully, uh, I don't want to say gassed up because that sounds real. If I'm not fully fed, then I'm not going to be fully powerful for you. So,
that is beautiful. Starting with gratitude. Y'all heard it right here. Start with gratitude.
yes,
Fuel your own engine, right?
yes, yes,
Fuel yourself. And then move into the world knowing that you are here for a reason. You're here to contribute to the lives of others. I was telling you that my company's called It's All Bigger Than Me because it's so much bigger than me. Like you show up because you want to impact others. That's why
yes,
we're all here. So
yes.
thank you, Dr. Monique Jordan.
Thank you, Dr. Tracy Harrell. I
Oh
have,
my God. This was such a pleasure.
oh my goodness. Thank
So much
you.
more to come. So much more to come.
I'm
Mindful
looking.
Mondays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Living Powerfully. Whenever we want to show up, just let me know. I'm in. I'm all in. We got a lot more for you to contribute into the universe. So we got this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And you've been adopted. That's
Yay! I'm
it.
in. I'm family. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much. And again, this was for the Black Collective, is where we started, right? We said,
Mhm.
hey, Tacoma Black Collective, we're part of the Health Committee, but we're also part of the Economic Development Committee. We're also
Mhm.
part of the National Black MBA Association. I'm doing this as part of my company. It's all bigger than me. You're doing it because you're helping people. Like it's like the truth applies to everything. We don't have to make this up. We're
Absolutely.
basically saying there is a methodology for living powerfully.
Absolutely. And money is, and business acumen is a part of that. And it's all in there. However you want to show up, wherever you want to show up, it's in there. And we're allowed, and we should give ourselves permission to
Mm.
be everything we can be, and make as much money as we can and enjoy it. That's what I'm saying. You
See,
know.
you know what you're saying is a gem right here. We were going to end this quickly, but I'm gonna have to let you expand on this topic specifically because oftentimes business leaders don't actually believe that
Mhm.
all that they can have is for them.
Mm.
That's why they don't price themselves where they should. I have no
Mm,
problem pricing myself the way I should because I
mm.
understand. I used to not. I mean, I used to really focus on like everything was free. I'm a nonprofit person. Like I've done, I literally, anyway, we'll talk later. But
Mhm,
it's all bigger than me was God telling me
mhm,
to, contribute, in the space. I get that. But he's also
mhm.
now telling me to make sure that I'm acting like an entrepreneur, not like, someone who doesn't value myself.
Okay, absolutely. And that there's enough for everybody. I'm
Mm,
not taking anything from anybody because I have enough and I have more than
mm,
enough. Actually, I have more power to give. If I'm giving, if I forget who said this, but he said, money just makes you more of who you are. So if you're
mm,
a giver, if you're a person that's contributing to the universe, God is going to bless you to do that. He's going to open up doors. He's going to make ways for you. And we have to have the courage to walk through those doors that are already there for us. We have already paid the price. Our ancestors paid the price. There are so many price paid people out here with us, and they are like applauding in heaven. Look what my babies are doing. It was worth it for me to give up
mm.
what I couldn't have for her to have this. So why wouldn't I take advantage of it? Why wouldn't I expand my life? Why wouldn't I love what I'm doing, enjoy it, and spread it out?
Ooh, I love this. You are amazing. Dr. Monique Jordan, so much more to come. I cannot wait to continue these
Oh,
ongoing journeys with you. You said you have a book coming out, so we're going to help you to get that out because we're going to,
oh,
as we have
please.
these, listen, my I've contributed to 3 books that became international bestsellers, and part of that process
Wow.
was literally telling the story. I just woke up talking, right? And everyone, in the conversation, I just never stopped, right? Keep talking and never stop. So we'll just have
Absolutely.
the conversations, and it's in those conversations that the truth reveals itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love
Yes.
this. Thank you. Were you going to
Okay.
say something else?
I just want to say to you, thank you. And I love your spirit. I love the exuberance you have. I love your focus. God just put us together. I'm telling you,
No doubt.
I'm,
I accept the adoption. Brilliant. Thank
yes,
you. Mwah. More
yes,
to come, y'all. Living powerfully. It is up to you to choose. Choose you. You get to
yes,
choose yourself. You get to
yes,
choose your powerful state of mind. You got this.
yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.